Good morning, students of class 12 physical education. Today is our first class and we are starting from second unit, that is sports and nutrition. Sports and nutrition. So in the beginning we will discuss about nutrients. Here I would like to tell something, because more than 60, that is 61, total 61 students have taken PE as their subject, and now it is your discretion that if you are comfortable with English, then I will start explanation in English, or else I can resort to Hindi actually. So it is your opinion. So you please message me that which language you will prefer in my explanation. So for the first class, I am mixing both the language where necessary, where I think that it should be Hindi. Hindi would better work. I would use Hindi. So nutrients, the source of nutrients are food. Food. So why we eat food? Food is the basic requirement of all living organisms. Living organisms need food, and in food the nutrients are present, and those nutrients, so what are nutrients actually? Nutrients are chemical substances that goes along with food into our body, and they do different functions in our body, like growing us, like repairing our worn out tissues, and making up new cells, and boosting our immune system. So all these functions are done by different nutrients, and those nutrients or chemical substances are present in our food. In other words, food is also called our diet. Diet, the food that we eat is our diet, and with that we get our required nutrients. So here comes a concept, balanced diet. What is balanced diet? By definition, balanced diet is the food that we must take, and that food must be enriched with all the necessary nutrients that we require. So thus, food contains nutrients, and see, different people are doing different jobs. Some people are doing more mental job, more mental work than physical. Some people are doing more physical work than mental work. Hence, in this way we can conclude that the requirement of nutrient may change from person to person, depending upon what type of activities they are engaged with. So thus, the balanced diet or balanced food is the food that we must eat in order to fulfill our all the nutrient requirement. So, and when it comes to nutrient, we will make a further discussion regarding nutrients, and basically we can divide the nutrients into macronutrient and micronutrient. So you should be acquainted with the terms macro. Macro means big and micro means small. So the nutrients that we require in bulk quantity or more quantity are called micronutrients, like carbohydrate, like fats, like protein. They are required in bulk or more quantity, and some nutrients we require very less in quantity. So those nutrients are called micronutrients, like vitamins and minerals. So all the nutrients have different function in our body, and now one by one we will see that what is the name of the nutrient and what is its function in particular inside our body. So first comes to macronutrient. We have got three macronutrients that we require in our food. The first one is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is the chemical substance that gives us energy to work out. For sports persons, it is workout, and even if whatever we do, right to starting from blinking our eyelids to running or to lift some weight, in all those activities we need energy, and the energy giving nutrients in our food is called carbohydrate. Also fats gives us energy, but both are different chemical substances. So what is the required amount of carbohydrate that our food must contain is 60 to 70%. So more carbohydrate we need and less fat we need. Why? Because carbohydrates are simple in nature and fats are quite complex in nature. So during assimilation, in the process of metabolism, so to break down fats is a complex process and more difficult process. That's why we need lesser amount of fats in our food, whereas carbohydrates are simple compound and they can be easily assimilated, they can, in the process of metabolism, they break out very easily. That's why we take around 60 to 70% of carbohydrate in our food. That is the ideal carbohydrate requirement that must be present in our food. The second one is fats. As I have already told, fats are quite complex in nature. The compounds are complex. Hence, in the process of metabolism, the body takes more work to break it down, and hence the requirement of fats in an ideal diet should be in between 5 to 10%. And always remember, more fats, actually fats are source of energy and they are stored just below our skin. And when we require energy, more energy, then we use them. So fats that require 5 to 10% and more intake of fat is quite harmful, and that gives birth to obesity and fatness. Then the third macro requirement is macronutrient is protein. Protein is the chemical substance present in our food that does basically two functions. That it helps us to make new tissues, the first function, and it repairs the worn out tissues. Actually टिश्यू सेल्स जब घिस जाते हैं तो उसका रिपेयर या मरम्मत करने का जरूरत होता है, वो काम प्रोटीन करता है, और न्यू सेल्स न्यू टिश्यू बनाने का काम भी प्रोटीन करता है. And the ideal requirement of protein in our food is in between 15 to 20%. So if our food containing 60 to 70% of carbohydrate, 5 to 10% of fats, and 15 to 20% of protein, then it can be termed as balanced diet. So this is all about macronutrient. Now come to micronutrient. Micronutrients are chemical substances that our body require in very less quantity. So the ideal mineral and vitamins are micronutrients, and the ideal proportion of mineral and vitamins in our food must be around 15 to 20%. If our food is a balanced diet, then it must contain 60 to 70% of carbohydrate, 5 to 10% of fats, 15 to 20% of protein, and 15 to 20% of micronutrient, that is vitamins and minerals. So now come in detail to vitamins. Vitamins, we find here, you see there are two groups, that some vitamins are fat soluble, means they are soluble in fats. If some vitamin is soluble in fat, then obviously it can be stored in our body, and very frequently we don't require those vitamins. And the name of those vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. Well, in our next classes we will go through the detailed account of vitamins. Then we will be discussing the various functions of all these vitamins. But for the time being, you must remember that vitamin A, D, E, K are fat soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins means they can be stored in our body with fat. Hence, we don't require very frequently those vitamins A, D, E, K. But on the other hand, some vitamins like vitamin B, vitamin C are water soluble. Water soluble vitamins means they can't be stored in our body. Hence, the intake of water soluble vitamins B and C must be very frequent. Regularly, we must be taking foods that are rich in vitamin B and vitamin C because they cannot be stored in our body. So, this is all about vitamins. Now comes to minerals. When it comes to minerals, we can again classify the minerals into major minerals and trace minerals. Major minerals means found in relatively larger quantity, and trace minerals that are required very less in quantity. So in major you can see calcium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, chloride, magnesium and sulfur. These are all major minerals that our body require, and the trace minerals are iron, zinc, copper, manganese, fluoride, chromium, molybdenum, selenium and iodine. These are required in very less quantity. So, if our food is having all these contents in a balanced way, means the required amount, then the food will be called a balanced diet. So, this is all about the first class regarding nutrients. Macro, what you need to remember is macro, micro, and the amount that must be present in our food of different nutrients like carbohydrates, fats and proteins, and the micronutrients, that is mineral and vitamins, and the ideal requirement in the food. So in our next class we will go in detail about each of it, means in detail the functions of carbohydrate, fats and all these micronutrients. Hence for today it's okay. Thank you and have a nice day.